Peace and love. Black light here. All praises due to Allah. Came in the person of Master Farah Muhammad. Today I'm going to show you how this is psychology. I know it's an introduction by Charles G. Morris. This book back in the day called 45. It's they probably don't use this book, but this is one of the books I used when I was at Wayne County Community College. And this book right here actually gives you a pretty good outline on how the Caucasian educates himself in the mind of the mind and other areas of the brain. And you see this right here, these are brain waves, all different patterns. See, one thing about the Caucasian you got to give him credit for is the fact that he always trying to find out what makes everything tick, what's the origin of everything, which most black people, the average black person, don't. They just want to find out how they gonna get fed that morning. They just want to find out what makes them feel good for that day. And they don't care about nothing else in the universe, the origin of the universe, or nothing. They just care about what's popping. You know, where the party at. What kind of high can they get high for? The majority of our people, the Aboriginal man, have reduced himself to that state of being. And the Caucasian is still trying to find ways of how to, first of all, eliminate you if you have to. You always delving in, trying to find out about weapons that he can use, whether it be bioweapons, you know. And he has a staff or a regiment of people for anything he wants to deal with. And when they go to the universities, you're being trained and programmed to cater to the Caucasians' quest to be the supreme being on this planet. At one time, the Aboriginal Asiatic black man, some want to say African, you can say it any way you want to, but at one time we were the supreme being on the planet. We had the knowledge. That's why we built the pyramids. We were in that vein. But nowadays, we don't care about nothing about the fashions, what's, music is happening, where the party at. sex. You don't even care about procreating. You just want to have a good feeling. Sex gives you a good feeling for a minute or two. And then you want to keep that high going constantly. So you get high. You just want to feel good all the time. The wrong way. Ain't nothing wrong with feeling good. But what makes you feel good? That's what we're talking about. What makes you feel good? So, that book there, I was reading it, you know, it came out. See when this book came out right quick. It tells you about Freud and about, you know, I don't see the print date on here. But anyway, this when I bought this book right here, it was back in the 80s, late 80s. So it's relatively old. And, you know, we think that we're talking about black people. When we look at television and we see say, let's go back to in the 50s when Cheyenne and Gunsmoke and those old cowboys, Bonanza, was illustrating how the West was won and how the West started. And you see that, you can see that if a guy made it big in ranching, that he owns the whole town. He goes and buys off the sheriff and the mayor. Because when every time the cowboys come into town, they would spend enough to keep the town rich. All the merchants in the town rich, you know. And the cattle drive man realizes this, and so he buys off everything. That methodology haven't changed. It's still happening right now. And we don't care as long as we got a job. The brothers and sisters that don't have a job, we say, well, each man for himself, you know. Every man for himself, and that's your business, you know, your misfortune because you don't have a job or whatever. I'm not going to support you. So this system right here is built for the rich cattlemen, you know, the rich, those who make their money off of picking cotton, you know, the plantation owner, and the cattlemen, and whatever industry that they chose back in the early days of the beginning of the United States. They kept that money in the family or in the circle, and everybody else, no matter what kind of income you have, you know, their income is always going to be a little bit above yours, so they can pay you. You know, you're always going to be working for them, but their income is so far advanced over you by now that they're dealing in trillions. You're just not dealing in millions. That's why the prices go up. You know, the prices of food, you know, where back in the 1800s you might could buy a loaf of bread for a nickel. Now it costs you $1 for a loaf of bread. Because inflation, and inflation was deliberately induced. It's not no accident to keep them, miles and miles ahead of you, and they can manipulate government, education, all to serve them. And what's killing about it is that some of you are wise to what's going on, but you don't know how to fix the problem, because a lot of you still have an income coming in, and a lot of us don't care. We feel like, well, we can't change it, can't nothing good come out of this. But for right now, I'm feeling good, I'm having fun, and that's it. And my future seed, he gonna have to make it for himself. I did it, he gonna have to do it, or she gonna have to do it. But if they follow this Caucasian rules, they'll be all right. The one thing bad about that is the rules keep changing for the detriment of the underclass, or those that don't have the right amount of intelligence or wisdom to ever gain any prominence. And they always, let's say, just for example, Judge Mathis. He made it out the streets from being gangster, going to jail, to judge. But he was a warrior back then. He was rebellion against the system, and he didn't know why. He was too young to figure out why. But when they put him in jail a couple of times, and his mother was ill, and he promised his mother that he don't want to, he gonna straighten up. But then he went to the law, got into their system, and straightened himself up as far as they're concerned, and they rewarded him for that. And so now he realizes his people are in a dilemma and will never be served with justice. So he does his best to try to give them justice, but to educate them in the law. But that law is only designed to program you into serving them. And if you come up with any type of business, you got to get a license or a permit from the very, very wealthy, really, because everything is designed to keep them in power. We're going to come back on the other side. We're going to fade to black, and then we're going to come back into the black light. Black light out.